Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of his ship and watched the stars through the main window. He was the captain of the Liberty, Earth's biggest exploration ship. The ship had been flying through space for 3 months looking for new worlds and signs of alien life. Today, they found more than they wanted. The first alien ship appeared without warning. It was huge, made of what looked like blue crystal that glowed with its own light. The ship was 10 times bigger than the Liberty and moved without making any sound. Jake ordered his crew to stay calm and prepare for first contact. Linda Hayes, the ship's science officer, ran her scanners over the alien vessel. She was a smart woman who had studied alien theories for 20 years. Her readings showed the ship had weapons that could destroy Earth's entire fleet with one shot. The technology was far beyond anything humans had ever seen. Before Jake could send a greeting message, a second alien fleet appeared on the other side of Earth. These ships looked completely different. They were dark metal with sharp edges and moved like hunting insects. The ships were just as big as the crystal ones and just as deadly. Pete Collins, the admiral of Earth's defense fleet, received emergency calls from both alien groups at the same time. The crystal aliens called themselves the Zalarian Empire. Their leader spoke in a cold voice that sounded like breaking glass. He said humans were barely evolved animals who had no right to live on such a beautiful planet. The metal ship aliens were the Korthak Confederacy. Their commander spoke with clicking sounds and harsh words. He said humans were weak mammals who would make good slaves for the stronger races. Both alien leaders demanded that humans surrender immediately and prepare to be removed from Earth. Jake listened to both messages and felt his blood turn cold. Neither alien group seemed to know about the other one. They had both come to Earth thinking it was empty and ready to be taken. Now they were both claiming the planet and all humans on it. Lisa Brown, who worked for Earth's Secret Intelligence Service, watched the alien fleets from her hidden command center. She had been preparing for this day for 15 years. Her team had studied every piece of alien technology that had ever crashed on Earth. They knew this moment would come. The Zalarians sent scanning beams across Earth and its ships. Their scans showed human technology was primitive compared to theirs. They saw simple nuclear reactors, basic weapons, and slow ships. The aliens laughed at what they found. They thought humans were no more dangerous than Earth's other animals. The Korthak did their own scans and reached the same conclusion. Human weapons could not break through their thick armor. Human ships were too slow to escape their hunters. Human computers were too simple to fight their advanced war machines. Both alien races decided humans were no threat at all. What the aliens did not know was that humans had been hiding their real capabilities for decades. The ships they scanned were old models kept visible on purpose. The real Earth fleet was hidden throughout the solar system, disguised as mining equipment and cargo haulers. Dr. Hayes pretended to be scared as she prepared humanity's response. She sent messages to both alien fleets saying Earth wanted to surrender peacefully. She asked for time to prepare the evacuation of important humans and offered to share Earth's resources with both empires. The Zalarian commander was pleased with the quick surrender. He told his fleet to prepare boarding parties to take control of human ships. The crystal aliens believed they could study human biology and maybe find some useful traits to add to their own species. The Korthak leader was also satisfied with human weakness. He ordered his warriors to begin selecting the strongest humans for slave work and the smartest ones for their laboratories. The insect aliens planned to use Earth as a breeding ground for their expanding empire. Neither alien group told the other about their plans. The Zalarians assumed the Korthak ships were just another primitive species they would deal with later. The Korthak thought the crystal ships belonged to some minor empire that would run away when the real fighting started. Jake Morrison received secret orders from Admiral Collins through coded messages. The plan was simple but dangerous. Human ships would pretend to surrender while hidden forces prepared for a surprise attack. Every human in the solar system would have to play their part perfectly. Steve Parker, the commander of the defense ship Defiance, began sending false surrender signals to both alien fleets. His crew made their ship look damaged and helpless. They broadcast messages asking for mercy and offering to cooperate with the alien demands. Amy Johnson commanded a cargo ship called Resilience that was really a hidden weapons platform. Her ship looked like it carried food and supplies, but it was loaded with modified nuclear weapons that could destroy alien shields. She waited in the asteroid belt with 50 other disguised ships. Ryan Davis led a group of mining vessels that had been secretly converted into attack craft. His ships carried railguns that could fire metal slugs at incredible speeds. The weapons were crude but effective against aliens who expected only energy beams. Tony Garcia worked in the engineering section of a space station near Mars. He had spent 5 years figuring out how alien shields worked and how to break them. His team had built weapons specifically designed to exploit weaknesses in alien technology. Kate Mitchell was the best pilot in Earth's hidden fleet. She flew a small fighter called Phoenix that was invisible to alien scanners. Her job was to get close to alien command ships and plant computer viruses in their systems. The aliens began moving their fleets into position around Earth. They were confident and careless, believing humans were too primitive to threaten them. The Zalarians prepared to land on Earth's major cities. The Korthak got ready to capture human leaders and important facilities. Both alien races had made the same fatal mistake. They judged human strength by human technology, not by human determination. They thought simple weapons meant simple minds. They believed that primitive ships carried primitive crews. As the alien fleets moved closer to Earth, Admiral Collins gave the final orders to his hidden forces. Hundreds of human ships began powering up their concealed weapons. The real battle for Earth was about to begin, and the aliens had no idea what was coming for them. Admiral Collins sat in his command chair and watched the alien fleets move closer to Earth. The Zalarian crystal ships glowed brighter as they prepared their weapons. The Korthak metal vessels spread out like hunting spiders ready to catch their prey. Both alien races believed they had already won the war. Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the Liberty and played his part perfectly. He sent surrender messages to both alien fleets, telling them that humans would cooperate fully. His voice sounded defeated and scared, exactly what the aliens expected to hear from a primitive species. The Zalarian commander accepted the human surrender with cold satisfaction. He ordered his boarding parties to take control of human ships and begin cataloging Earth's resources. The crystal aliens believed they were claiming an easy prize that would boost their empire's power. The Korthak leader also accepted the surrender, but with more suspicion. His species had conquered many worlds, and he knew that desperate creatures sometimes fought back. Still, his scans showed that human weapons were too weak to damage Korthak armor, so he allowed his warriors to approach human vessels. Steve Parker commanded the Defiance and received the first alien boarding party. He ordered his crew to act frightened and helpless as tall crystal beings walked through their ship. The aliens examined human technology with obvious disgust, commenting on how primitive everything looked. Dr. Linda Hayes met with Zalarian scientists who wanted to study human biology. She pretended to be honored by their interest and offered to help them understand human physiology. The aliens never suspected that she was secretly scanning their equipment and downloading their computer files. The Korthak sent insect warriors to board human ships near Mars. Ryan Davis commanded one of the mining vessels and welcomed the aliens with apparent relief. He told them he was grateful that such powerful beings would spare human lives. The Korthak warriors searched his ship but found only mining equipment and ore samples. What the aliens did not see were the hidden compartments filled with railgun ammunition and nuclear warheads. The mining ships looked exactly like what they claimed to be, but they were really mobile weapons platforms waiting for the right moment to strike. Amy Johnson piloted the cargo ship Resilience toward the main Zalarian fleet. Her ship's holds appeared to contain food supplies and medical equipment for the alien forces. The crystal beings scanned her vessel and found exactly what they expected. They never detected the modified nuclear weapons hidden inside false cargo containers. Tony Garcia worked frantically in his secret laboratory on the Mars station. He had successfully adapted human nuclear technology to bypass alien shield frequencies. The breakthrough came when he realized that alien shields were designed to stop energy weapons, not crude explosive devices delivered at close range. Kate Mitchell prepared her stealth fighter Phoenix for the most dangerous part of the plan. Her small ship was invisible to alien sensors because it used human technology that the aliens considered too primitive to notice. She would fly into the heart of both alien fleets and plant computer viruses in their main systems. The Zalarians became more confident as they explored human vessels. Their scientists reported that human brains were smaller than expected, and human technology was centuries behind Zalarian standards. The crystal aliens began discussing which humans would make the best research subjects. The Korthak warriors were equally dismissive of human capabilities. They found human weapons laughably weak and human armor completely useless. The insect aliens started selecting humans for different types of slave work based on their physical size and apparent intelligence. Neither alien race paid attention to the other's activities. The Zellarians assumed the Korthak were just another primitive species that happened to arrive at the same time. The Korthak thought the crystal ships belonged to some weak empire that would flee when real warriors appeared. Lisa Brown monitored both alien fleets from her intelligence command center. Her agents on the captured ships were transmitting valuable information about alien technology and battle tactics. Every piece of data would help human forces strike more effectively when the time came. Dr. Hayes continued her deception with the Zellarian scientists. She allowed them to scan human volunteers while secretly implanting tracking devices in their equipment. The aliens were so focused on studying primitive humans that they never checked their own devices for contamination. Steve Parker reported to Admiral Collins that the Zellarians had taken control of 12 human ships. The aliens were using these vessels as command posts and research stations. They had no idea that every ship contained hidden weapons and human crews ready to fight. The Korthak established their own bases on captured human vessels near Jupiter. Their warriors spread throughout the ships, examining everything they found. They were particularly interested in human mining equipment, thinking it might be useful for extracting resources from Earth. Ryan Davis sent coded messages to other disguised mining ships throughout the asteroid belt. His vessels were positioned perfectly to attack both alien fleets from unexpected angles. The Korthak had scanned his ships but found nothing suspicious because the weapons were hidden inside actual mining equipment. Amy Johnson received clearance to dock with the main Zellarian command ship. The crystal aliens wanted her food supplies for their extended stay in Earth's solar system. They guided her ship into their docking bay, never realizing they were bringing a massive bomb directly into their most important vessel. Tony Garcia completed his final weapon modifications and began distributing the new nuclear devices to human ships throughout the solar system. Each weapon was disguised as routine equipment that aliens would ignore. The devices could be activated remotely when Admiral Collins gave the attack signal. Kate Mitchell launched the Phoenix from a hidden base inside a large asteroid. Her fighter was so small and stealthy that it looked like space debris on alien sensors. She began her approach to the Zellarian command ship, carrying computer viruses designed to turn alien weapons against their own forces. The aliens continued their preparations for occupying Earth. The Zellarians planned to harvest the planet's resources and use humans for biological experiments. The Korthak intended to turn Earth into a breeding ground for their warrior species and use humans as slave labor. Both alien races were making detailed plans for Earth's future while completely ignoring each other. They were so confident in their superiority that they never considered the possibility of human resistance or alien competition. Their arrogance would soon become their greatest weakness. Admiral Collins watched the tactical displays and prepared to give the signal that would change everything. Hundreds of human ships were in position, their crews ready to fight for their species' survival. The aliens thought they had conquered Earth, but the real battle was about to begin. The attack began at exactly 3 a.m. Earth time. Admiral Collins transmitted a single coded phrase to every human vessel in the solar system. The message was simple: Earth rises. Within seconds, hundreds of disguised ships began powering up their hidden weapon systems. Amy Johnson was the first to strike. Her cargo ship Resilience sat inside the main Zellarian docking bay, surrounded by crystal aliens who thought she was delivering food supplies. Instead, she activated the nuclear mines hidden in her cargo containers. The explosion tore through the command ship's hull like paper. The Zellarian commander had just enough time to scream before his bridge exploded in a ball of nuclear fire. The crystal aliens' energy shields, so effective against their traditional enemies, provided no protection against crude human explosives detonated from inside their own ship. Ryan Davis led his squadron of mining ships in a coordinated attack on the Korthak mothership. The insect aliens had allowed the human vessels to approach closely, thinking they were harmless ore haulers. When the mining ships opened fire with hidden railguns, the Korthak warriors finally understood their mistake. Depleted uranium slugs fired at incredible speeds punched through Korthak armor like it was made of cloth. The insect aliens' thick plating, designed to stop energy weapons, offered no defense against solid metal projectiles moving at a significant fraction of light speed. Kate Mitchell piloted the Phoenix through the chaos as both alien fleets reacted to the surprise attack. Her stealth fighter was invisible to alien sensors, allowing her to fly directly into the heart of the Zalarian formation. She fired computer viruses into their communication networks, causing their ships to identify each other as enemy targets. The Zalarian fleet began attacking itself as infected computers spread false identification signals throughout their formation. Crystal ships that had fought together for centuries suddenly opened fire on their closest allies. The aliens' sophisticated computer systems, far superior to human technology, became their greatest weakness. Steve Parker dropped the Surrender Act and brought the Defiance into the battle at full power. The defense ship had been pretending to be captured, but now it revealed hidden weapon systems that the aliens had never detected. Parker's crew fired modified missiles at the nearest Korthak destroyer. The insect aliens scrambled to respond to the human attack, but they were completely unprepared for this type of warfare. Their battle tactics assumed they would face conventional energy weapons and standard military formations. Human ships fought like pirates using hit-and-run attacks and unconventional weapons. Tony Garcia's nuclear modifications proved devastatingly effective against both alien races. The Zalarians' crystal hulls cracked and shattered when exposed to electromagnetic pulse effects. The Korthak ship's complex electronics failed completely when nuclear explosions overwhelmed their circuits with electrical interference. Jake Morrison finally revealed the Liberty's true capabilities. The flagship had been disguised as a simple exploration vessel, but it was actually equipped with experimental weapons based on captured alien technology. Morrison's crew began systematically targeting the command vessels of both fleets. The aliens' shock was complete and absolute. They had expected to face a primitive species with basic projectile weapons, not a coordinated fleet using specifically designed anti-alien technology. Human ships appeared from hiding places throughout the solar system, each one carrying weapons optimized to exploit alien weaknesses. The Korthak tried to regroup their forces, but human tactics made formation flying impossible. Mining ships attacked from the asteroid belt, while cargo haulers struck from behind planets. Defense vessels emerged from hidden bases inside moons and struck at alien flanks with devastating effectiveness. Sandra Lee commanded a group of small fighters that swarmed around the largest Korthak ships like angry bees. Her pilots used human maneuverability advantages to stay inside the aliens' weapon-firing arcs. The insect warriors could not target the human fighters without risking damage to their own vessels. The Zalarian Empire tried to use their superior technology to regain control of the battle. Their energy weapons were more powerful than anything humans possessed. But human ships refused to fight fair. They hid behind asteroids, used planets as shields, and attacked only when they had overwhelming advantages. Both alien races began to realize that they were fighting a species that had studied their weaknesses for years. Every human weapon seemed designed specifically to counter alien defenses. Every human tactic exploited gaps in alien battle doctrine that they had never considered. Ben Turner commanded the assault carrier Vengeance as it released hundreds of small attack craft into the alien formations. The human fighters were individually weak, but they attacked in coordinated swarms that overwhelmed alien point defense systems. The aliens could not shoot down all the human craft. Before some reached their targets, the battle quickly spread throughout Earth's solar system as human ships emerged from hiding, places that aliens never suspected existed. Cargo containers that had floated in space for months suddenly revealed themselves as weapon platforms. Mining stations activated hidden missile batteries. The Korthak and Zalarian fleets found themselves fighting on multiple fronts simultaneously. Human attacks came from above and below, from the inner planets and the outer asteroid belt. Every time the aliens tried to concentrate their forces, humans struck from a different direction. Dr. Linda Hayes coordinated the cyber warfare assault from her position aboard a captured Zalarian ship. The computer viruses she had planted were spreading through both alien networks, causing weapons to malfunction and shields to fail at critical moments. The aliens' advanced artificial intelligence systems were vulnerable to simple logic bombs. The most devastating part of the human attack was its unpredictability. Alien commanders were trained to fight other advanced species using sophisticated tactics and powerful weapons. They had no experience dealing with enemies who used suicide attacks, asymmetric warfare, and weapons that seemed crude but were actually precisely engineered. Amy Johnson. Her ship heavily damaged but still fighting, coordinated rescue operations for human survivors while ensuring that no alien technology fell into the wrong hands. Every piece of alien equipment would be studied and reverse-engineered to improve Earth's defenses for future threats. The aliens began to understand that they had made a fatal error in judgment. They had assumed that primitive technology meant primitive thinking, but humans had proven that simple solutions could be more effective than complex ones. The galaxy had underestimated Earth's children, and now two mighty fleets were paying the price for that mistake. As the battle raged across the solar system, it became clear that humanity would not go quietly into slavery or extinction. The species that aliens had labeled as barely evolved primates was fighting back with intelligence, determination, and a complete willingness to sacrifice everything for freedom. The battle had been raging for 12 hours when Admiral Collins revealed the true scope of human preparation. The aliens were not just fighting a desperate defense, they were facing a carefully planned military operation that had been years in the making. Every human move had been calculated to exploit alien weaknesses and tactical doctrines. Ben Turner commanded the assault carrier Vengeance as it executed the most brilliant maneuver of the war. His ship appeared to retreat from both alien fleets, drawing them toward each other in pursuit. The Zalarians and Korthak, focused on destroying the fleeing human vessel, moved into overlapping firing ranges without realizing the trap. The two alien empires had been suspicious of each other since arriving at Earth, but they had been too focused on claiming human territory to address their mutual presence. When their fleets moved close together while chasing Turner's ship, decades of interspecies tension exploded into open warfare. Zalarian crystal ships began firing on Korthak vessels, believing they were trying to steal the human prize. The insect warriors responded with equal aggression, thinking the crystal aliens were attempting to claim Earth for themselves. Within minutes, both fleets were fighting each other as much as they were fighting humans. Dr. Linda Hayes watched the alien civil war begin from her position aboard a damaged Zalarian cruiser. The computer viruses she had implanted were working perfectly, causing alien ships to misidentify friendly vessels as enemies. The sophisticated alien computer systems were turning their greatest strength into their greatest weakness. Kate Mitchell piloted the Phoenix through the chaos of the three-way battle. Her stealth fighter carried the most dangerous computer virus of all, designed specifically to target alien artificial intelligence systems. She approached the Korthak command vessel while it was distracted by fighting Zalarian ships. The virus Kate delivered was devastating in its simplicity. Instead of trying to outthink alien computers, it simply fed them recursive logic loops that consumed all available processing power. The advanced alien AI systems, designed to handle complex calculations, ground to a halt when forced to solve impossible mathematical problems. Ryan Davis led his mining ship squadron in attacks on both alien fleets while they were distracted by fighting each other. His vessels launched railgun salvos at Zalarian crystal ships, then immediately targeted Korthak vessels with the same weapons. The aliens were too busy fighting each other to coordinate effective defenses. The electromagnetic pulse effects from Tony Garcia's modified nuclear weapons were causing cascading failures throughout both alien fleets. Zalarian energy systems overloaded and exploded when exposed to electromagnetic interference. Korthak computer networks crashed when their circuits were overwhelmed by electrical feedback. Steve Parker commanded the Defiance as it moved between the alien formations like a shark among smaller fish. His crew targeted alien ships that were already damaged by friendly fire, finishing them off before they could repair their systems. The human tactics were ruthless but effective. Amy Johnson, despite her ship being heavily damaged, continued coordinating supply runs to human vessels throughout the battle zone. Her cargo haulers delivered ammunition and replacement parts while both alien fleets were distracted. The aliens never suspected that supply ships could be military targets. The Korthak tried to regain control of their fleet, but human cyber warfare had infected their entire command structure. Orders from their commanders were being intercepted and altered by human computer viruses. Korthak ships received contradictory instructions that sent them into collision courses with their own allies. The Zalarian Empire faced similar problems as their crystal communication networks became unreliable. Human interference caused their ships to receive false sensor data that made empty space look like enemy formations. Crystal vessels fired their powerful weapons at nothing, while real threats approached from unexpected directions. Jake Morrison brought the Liberty into close combat with the largest Korthak battlecruiser. The human flagship had been holding back its most powerful weapons, but now Morrison revealed experimental technology that the aliens had never seen. The Liberty's new weapons were based on alien technology but powered by human nuclear reactors. Sandra Lee commanded fighter squadrons that swarmed through both alien formations, targeting critical systems with precision strikes. Her pilots used their knowledge of alien ship designs to attack power generators, weapon systems, and life support equipment. Small human fighters were destroying massive alien warships through coordinated attacks. The aliens began to realize that humanity had been studying them for much longer than they had suspected. Every human weapon seemed designed to exploit specific weaknesses in alien technology. Every human tactic took advantage of gaps in alien military doctrine that they had never considered vulnerable. The Korthak and Zalarian fleets were trapped in a collapsing formation as human ships attacked from all directions. The aliens could not retreat without exposing their rear sections to human weapons. They could not advance without moving deeper into the crossfire between their own forces and their alien enemies. Ben Turner's vengeance released its full complement of attack. Craft as both alien fleets became entangled in close combat. Hundreds of human fighters poured into the alien formations, targeting damaged vessels and finishing off ships that were already crippled by friendly fire or system failures. The psychological effect of the human attack was as devastating as the physical damage. Both alien races had considered themselves superior to all other species in the galaxy. The idea that primitive humans could not only resist but actually defeat their combined fleets was shattering their confidence and morale. Dr. Hayes reported that alien communications were becoming increasingly panicked as their commanders realized the scope of human preparation. The aliens had expected to face desperate resistance from a cornered species, not a carefully orchestrated military campaign designed specifically to defeat their forces. Tony Garcia's engineering teams began capturing intact alien technology as damaged. Ships lost power and became defenseless. Every piece of alien equipment would be studied and reverse-engineered to improve human weapons and defenses. The aliens were inadvertently providing Earth with the technology needed to defend against future invasions. The battle reached its climax as both alien fleets found themselves surrounded by human forces while simultaneously fighting each other. The Zalarians and Korthak had brought overwhelming firepower to Earth, but their technological superiority had become meaningless in the face of human ingenuity and determination. Admiral Collins watched the tactical displays as alien resistance began to collapse. The species that had labeled humanity as primitive was learning that underestimating human intelligence and adaptability was a fatal mistake. Earth's children were proving that sometimes the simplest solutions were the most effective ones. The void around Earth was filled with the debris of alien ambitions as human forces pressed their advantage. Two mighty interstellar empires had come to claim an easy prize, but they had found instead a species willing to fight for its freedom, with every weapon and tactic at its disposal. The final phase of the battle lasted 6 more hours before alien resistance completely collapsed. Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the Liberty and watched as the last Korthak dreadnought exploded in a brilliant flash of white light. The massive ship's reactor had been overwhelmed by cascading system failures triggered by human cyber warfare. The Zalarian flagship, its beautiful crystal hull cracked and bleeding atmosphere into space, transmitted one final message before its life support systems failed completely. The alien commander's voice was filled with disbelief as he tried to understand how primitive humans had destroyed 2 of the galaxy's most powerful military forces. Admiral Collins surveyed the debris field that stretched across Earth's solar system. Pieces of alien ships drifted in the void like broken monuments to overconfidence and arrogance. Not a single Zalarian or Korthak vessel remained intact and operational. The alien invasion fleets had been completely annihilated. The cost to humanity had been severe but manageable. Nearly half of Earth's defense fleet had been destroyed or damaged beyond repair. Hundreds of brave humans had died fighting for their species' freedom, but Earth itself remained free, and the message was clear to any other alien power that might be watching. Amy Johnson piloted her badly damaged cargo ship Resilience through the wreckage, coordinating rescue operations for human survivors while ensuring that no alien technology fell into unauthorized hands. Her crew worked tirelessly to save every human life they could find while securing alien equipment for future study. The wreckage of two mighty alien armadas would provide Earth with technological advances that would have taken centuries to develop independently. Every piece of salvaged equipment would be studied, reverse-engineered, and adapted to improve human weapons and defenses for the inevitable day when other alien powers arrived. Dr. Linda Hayes began the complex process of analyzing captured alien databases and communication records. The information contained in alien computer systems revealed the locations of dozens of other species that had been conquered or destroyed by the Zalarian Empire and Korthak Confederacy. Over the past 1,000 years, humanity had not only defended itself successfully but had potentially liberated countless other worlds from alien oppression. The galaxy was full of species that had been enslaved or exterminated by the two empires that now lay in ruins around Earth. Some of those species might still be alive and waiting for rescue. Kate Mitchell landed her stealth fighter, Phoenix, on the Liberty's flight deck after 18 hours of continuous combat operations. Her small ship had penetrated the heart of both alien fleets and delivered the computer viruses that turned alien technology against itself. She was exhausted but proud of what humanity had accomplished. Tony Garcia and his engineering teams worked around the clock to catalog and secure alien technology before it could drift away into deep space. The electromagnetic pulse weapons he had developed had proven devastatingly effective against alien shield systems and computer networks. His innovations had saved Earth from conquest. Steve Parker commanded damage control operations aboard the Defiance, while his crew worked to repair their ship's battle damage. The defense vessel had fought bravely against impossible odds and survived to tell the story. Parker's tactical innovations had helped smaller human ships defeat much larger alien vessels. Ryan Davis led his mining ship squadron back to their hidden bases in the asteroid belt. His vessels had performed magnificently in their disguised role as harmless cargo haulers, striking devastating blows against alien forces that never suspected the danger until it was too late. Ben Turner's assault carrier Vengeance had suffered heavy damage, but remained operational. His brilliant tactical maneuver that forced the alien fleets to fight each other had been the turning point of the entire battle. The aliens' mutual destruction had been as devastating as any human weapon. Sandra Lee counted the cost of the fighter operations as her surviving pilots returned to their carriers. Many brave humans had died in small attack craft, but their sacrifice had made the difference between victory and defeat. Every fighter pilot had known the odds and chosen to fight anyway. As the sun rose over a changed Earth, the planet's population began to understand what had happened in the darkness of space. Humanity had faced extinction at the hands of two advanced alien civilizations and had not only survived but completely destroyed both invasion fleets. The lesson that two alien armadas had learned too late was simple but profound. Never underestimate a species desperate enough to fight for its survival, and never assume that primitive technology means primitive thinking. Intelligence and determination could overcome raw technological superiority. The galaxy had labeled humanity as primitive, but humans had just proven that sometimes the simplest solutions were the most effective ones. Nuclear weapons might be crude compared to alien energy systems, but they worked just as well when properly applied to alien weaknesses. Admiral Collins addressed the survivors of Earth's defense forces as they gathered the dead and began the long process of rebuilding. The Admiral reminded them that this victory was only the beginning. Other alien powers would eventually learn what had happened at Earth, and some of them would want revenge. Dr. Hayes released her preliminary analysis of alien records to Earth's government leaders. The information revealed that the galaxy was a dangerous place, filled with aggressive species that viewed other civilizations as resources to be exploited. Earth would need to prepare for future threats. The void now held the scattered remains of two once mighty fleets, a monument to the folly of underestimating Earth's children. Pieces of crystal ships and metal hulls drifted slowly toward the outer solar system, carrying the dreams and ambitions of two dead empires into the cold darkness. Humanity had earned its place among the stars not through superior technology, but through superior determination and the willingness to fight against impossible odds. The species that aliens had dismissed as barely evolved primates had proven that evolution was about more than just technology. Jake Morrison looked out at the debris field and thought about the future. Earth was no longer a hidden world that could be discovered and conquered by passing alien fleets. The planet had announced its presence to the galaxy in the most dramatic way possible, by destroying two major military powers. The message was clear to any alien civilization that might be listening. Earth was defended by a species that refused to surrender, refused to be enslaved, and refused to go quietly into extinction. Humanity had struck back against the galaxy's arrogance, and the void itself bore witness to their victory. The war for Earth was over, but the war for humanity's future in the galaxy had just begun. The planet would rebuild, prepare, and stand ready for whatever challenges the cosmos might bring. Earth's children had proven they could fight, and they would be ready to fight again when the time came.